Welcome back to another Ratface 44 Reviews. My name is James, and today we have G.I. Joe Classified Series, Night Force, Jody, Shooter, Craig. So let's get this started! So before we get this started, big shout out to all my subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging of Shooter here. This is the second Night Force Walmart exclusive G.I. Joe Classified Series figures. So as you can see here, there is Shooter. She's just chilling in the woods. And again, with all the Walmart exclusives, there are these dark energon crystals hanging out. She has her giant freaking sniper rifle. Nice digital render. In the corner here, see all the accessories. You got a portrait of Shooter on the side of the packaging here. Not too bad. And on the bottom here, you see the Night Force logo, G.I. Joe Classified Series logo, Hasbro logo. And on this side of the packaging, there is a piece of artwork of Shooter. Not too bad. Not my favorite. G.I. Joe logo, number 90 in the line. And on the back of the packaging here, you see a digital render of Shooter. She is 5.9 inches tall. Got all the accessories, zoom in shots of her cool tattoo. I didn't know that. And you have these little bit of a comms on her tactical vest. Boring stuff on the bottom. Then on this side of the packaging, same artwork in blue, number 90, and QR code. And on the top of the packaging, G.I. Joe logo. So I got my trusty scalpel here. Let's go ahead and open up Shooter. Quick shot of a Shooter in her packaging and nice black and white artwork on the back. And here is the weapons crate footlocker, number 90, Jody, Shooter, Craig. Let's dump them out. There we go. So let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories from smallest to biggest like we always do in this channel. So first off, we have this tiny little magazine in this gray plastic. Next, we have a really tiny little knife. Has a nice curved blade on it in the same type of gray plastic. Has a little bit of a handle detail right here. Next up, we have this mysterious accessory. Has 3 pegs on it. We're going to find out later what this does. And next we have this interchangeable hair. Has a nice hair sculpt on it. A little bit of like kind of brown highlights on the ponytail and her bangs. Very cool. And next we have another hairstyle. Same kind of brown highlights at the tips. And it also has really some cool brown braids on the top. That is really neat. Check out that hair sculpt. Very nice. Has a little bit of a sheen on it. Next we have her sidearm. Very intricate kind of molding detail in this handgun. It's very small. You can see that there's like a slide here, and at the bottom it looks like there's a laser pointer. You got kind of an extended mag kind of detail on here. Very cool. And lastly, we have her sniper rifle, which is in this cardboard protection, taped up. So let's go ahead and cut that out. There it is. Huge sniper rifle. Done in the gray plastic. Does have a slight curve to it. Again, it's in the bendy plastic. Always disappointed in these weapons. Unfortunately, they have great sculpt on these weapons, but man, you gotta turn up the durometer, like I always say. And a little bit of heat probably will straighten that out, but mine's not too bad. There is a scope on it and got some magazine detail. Got a nice muzzle at the end. On the stock here, there's some molded details. Kind of a little bit of a loop down at the bottom of the handle. And there's a sculpted in tripod. I wonder if there is a tripod somewhere, but this looks like a sculpted in tripod, unfortunately. So that's it for all the accessories. Pretty light on the accessories. So let's go ahead and take Shooter out of her packaging. So here is Shooter all out of her packaging. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at this head. By default, looks like there is a gas mask on her head by default. Very cool looking figure. Very small girl kind of body. Taking a closer look at the gas mask. She has these green type eye sockets here. Got a nice sculpt on the breather on the front of the mask. Very cool. It's kind of like a metallic paint. Picks up the light very well. Has a light gray strap that goes around her, underneath her ponytail here. Nice brown highlights at the tips of her hair. Very nice sculpt. Just wondering if you guys are going to be army building her. This looks like a all new sculpt. I believe, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section down below, but I'm pretty sure this is all new. That's why it's, I don't know, light on the accessories, I'm assuming. If we could take this mask off, I want to see the face. I'm pretty sure I have to take the head off, maybe? Yeah, the head comes off really easily. Why did they put her gas mask on by default? That is a little strange to me. So it looks like I'm going to have to heat this up just a tad to get the hair off and the mask. It seems to be kind of attached. Okay, so I heated up her head and it seems to be a little bit easier to take off. Hopefully I am not messing around with this thing, so her head just kind of pops off. Very strange they put this on by default again. Probably not going to use that gas mask, so let's put her head back on. There she is, bald. And take a closer look at the head sculpt. Eyes look pretty straight. Very nice skin tone. I really like it. Check that out. She has some nice lipstick. Got some nice eyeliner. Very cool. So let's go ahead and put on one of her hair pieces. Very awesome. So let's go ahead and look at the style and design of this action figure. So as you can see, she's wearing this black kind of outfit, short sleeve shirt rolled up over her biceps. Very cool. Nice color on the web gear. It's kind of like it's gray with green type of straps on it. There's some light gray type of highlights underneath. Very cool. Very nice contrast. You can see there's some sort of kind of like a Joe Pro, I guess, on one of her straps. Very cool, kind of like a reader. There is looks like there's a knife sheath on her web gear. She has this collar that goes all the way around. I still really like the hair sculpt. It's very nice. She has some nice little bangs. So as we move down, there are some pockets here on her web gear. Very cool. The little readout screen has kind of a greenish yellow kind of border with a blue kind of readout. You could see that she's wearing this floating belt with a whole bunch of pockets on it. There is a sculpted in belt buckle, a little bit of a kind of a light gray detail that goes all the way around. There are some kind of little loops on the back of the belt. So on the legs, you can see she has a sidearm holster. Got a protective gear on her thigh, some straps. The holster is floating and it's not too loose, which is good. Got some kind of knee pads, and you got some of these there's like a zipper detail right here, and some nice sculpted detail texture on the legs here, on the calves, I should say. Same kind of zipper on this side, and the weirdest thing about this figure is the shoes. I saw this in the digital renders and everybody is like, what are those? They look kind of like really loose running shoes. There's some laces details. It kind of has this kind of floppy type of high top or mid type shoes. Very strange. Guess she's wearing some running shoes so she can like get out of sticky situations. Let's take a close look at her arms and some of the articulation. I kind of skipped out a bit on the tattoo. Take a look at that. Let's get a bit of more of a zoom in on her forearm here. Very cool tattoo. It looks like a dragon to me. A better picture that's on the back here. It is a dragon with an arrow through it. That looks really cool. I like that. Tattoos on action figures are awesome. Very, very cool. So her head could move all the way around. They have a double kind of neck and ball joint in the head. Get a lot of tilt out of that. Can look this far down, can look that far back. The hair is kind of hindering in the collar. The ab crunch is kind of a diaphragm, so you get a lot of range of motion. Of course, the belt always comes loose, one of my pet peeves. Got some drop down hips here, double jointed elbows, that's pinless, and I would highly recommend using some heat here because they looked kind of locked up and the plastic is kind of bending. Butterfly joints, they work pretty well. Check that out. Right on. She can put her shoulders back. Very awesome. Double jointed knees. You got the swivel at the bicep and at the thigh. Pinless knees, double jointed. There is a boot cut really high up, right by the knee, so it doesn't break up the sculpt, I guess. Got some limited range in the ankle because of these weird shoes. Kind of rock back and forth, up and down a bit. Not too bad. Not too great either. And this is kind of the biggest flaw of this figure, is these feet, unfortunately. But overall, the style of this figure, the color, the skin tone, the head sculpt looks freaking awesome. So let's go ahead and gear her up. So first we'll grab her little knife. Ports in from the bottom. This slides right in. Not going to take that out. That thing is freaking microscopic. Let's port in the magazine. I'm assuming it goes in that way. Alright, so I just figured it out. It's I guess it's kind of like a thing that you plug into the back of the figure. So you could probably put her gun on it somehow. I guess through the... I think I got it upside down. So I'm figuring you put it through the hole. Just like that. So she can carry her gun. Neat idea, but I would really prefer a backpack instead of just this piece of plastic that has a bunch of pegs on it. It's kind of weird, but it does its job. You can put her gun right on her back like that. Alright, so let's go ahead and put her sidearm in the holster. Let's try out her other hair. Kind of has like a like straight cut on the bottom of the hair here. That looks really cool. This is a nice little haircut. Check that out. Very stylish. Very nice. So final thoughts of Shooter. Great sculpt, great color. Very impressed. The only downfall, of course, is the gummy weapons. I feel like a broken record here. And another thing, the weird shoes. It's definitely kind of unique, I should say, her shoes. But to my understanding, Shooter, it was in the first issue of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. It was kind of they were showing all the Joes all lined up on a computer screen, and the last one was Shooter, and it was kind of obstructed. So would I recommend this figure to you guys? For sure, 100%. She's an awesome looking military woman. Her buck is a little small. Definitely like the Valaverse figures. You know, they're built very strongly. But overall, this figure looks awesome. It'll fit in with Valaverse, of course. Speaking of Valaverse, here is a comparison of my Kit Bash Warpath Eclipse with G.I. Joe Classified Lowlight. And also here's a comparison with Crimson Strike Team Baroness and Bloody Pandora. And also we have comparison with Zorana and Lady J from the G.I. Joe Classified series. So I want to thank all of you for watching. Yo Joe and Cobra!